Welcome, Aries, to your Tarotscope for March 2016. This reading is for you if your sun, moon, or rising signs are in the sign of Aries. I am continuing to connect to the energy of Aries, setting my intention to look into the month of March 2016. The first card here is going to talk about how you're feeling heading into this month. So how you're feeling now, even at the end of February, looking forth into the month of March. We have the Empress. What a beautiful card to start the spread off with. I really feel like recently you have experienced some sort of success that has really heightened your confidence. Somebody has recognized you for your achievements or how you have contributed to a group. I think that this has really boosted your inner power, and you are in the process of stepping into that power. I think that you're learning a lot about yourselves in terms of softness as well as looking at those parts of you that need softness, that need healing. So there's been some exterior celebration and achievement going on, and also some inner celebration and success and growth that is happening. I think that it is really imperative for you now to turn your focus completely on the internal. Some really big changes have happened in your external life as far as responsibility or achievement, or really just coming into your own. People have started to recognize that you're in this process. There's some deep reflection that is going to follow this for you, and I think that's where you're heading into, is that time of reflection, of nurturing the self, of seeing how you can support yourself through that big transition period that you are really in the midst of right now. Card number 2 is your general forecast for the month ahead. So now we're looking into March. We have the Ace of Swords. March is when you're going to start using this power that you've cultivated. You've initiated that process of stepping into your power, and now that you've picked up the sword, now you are the hands and you are going to start to use it. Obviously, this isn't some aggressive war metaphor for most of you. However, whatever organization or group or workplace environment that you've been recognized in, maybe it's a school and education recognition as well. Now you're going to start using those skills and that growth that you've gone through in a more public eye. So people are going to start looking at you, watching you, and those talents and those qualities that you've been celebrated for, you are now going to need to call upon those to carry you through the month of March. It's really important for you to watch the words that you speak, because the words that you speak will ultimately color many perceptions that people have about you. And more importantly, they color the perceptions that you have about yourself and that you have about the outer world. So it's always coming back to you this month. Look at your actions, your growth. Really think about the things that you experience from a more personal level. How am I creating my reality? How am I coloring the perceptions that I see? Card number 3 is your upcoming challenges for this month. We have the Two of Swords. There is going to be some fear that holds you back during this month. There will be times where you find yourself crawling back into that energy, that you feel like you have freed yourself from, as we have this Empress energy, that stepping into that power that you've cultivated for yourself. There are going to be times this month where your power feels small, like it shrunk, and you're going to find yourself back in that place of fear, of looking into the past, of keeping yourself stuck with old patterns and old programs and old habits. So remember during these moments that there's always a choice. Experience what you need to experience this month, because you are still doing a lot of processing, a lot of putting two and two together, and of really understanding why things have happened the way they needed to have happened this past, I'm going to say, year or so, or even further back. But I think this year has been a really big period of growth and of stepping into this power. So for you, it's about experiencing the duality of feeling confident and then also feeling scared and weak and afraid, of going for it and holding yourself back. I feel like you're testing out the waters. You're really getting out of your comfort zone, and it's a process that takes however long it needs to take. So you're in that process right now. So be gentle on yourself when you find yourself back in that place of negativity, of that place of old patterns, of old habits. Be gentle with yourself. Release the need to beat yourself up afterwards. It's okay. This is part of the process. Card number 4 is your good fortune, blessings, and abundance for this month ahead. We have the Page of Swords. And I love this because here we are again, either side of this challenge that you have this month. We have someone holding a sword, and here it's spirit, but here it's you. So the Page of Swords is saying you will learn to wield this sword. The universe gives you this gift, and it co-creates with you, because these are things that you have been working on for a good amount of time. So you are being so celebrated for these qualities. And this blessing is coming to you this month. And there may be times where you're not sure if you want it or not. Ultimately, you will learn to wield the sword. You will learn to wield this power. The Page of Swords is saying, do it, dance, experience it. Give yourself up fully to this experience, whatever it might be. Release control, but also remember that you're in control. Kind of a paradox there. But I think it's something that you're going to really work with this upcoming month of March. And so many lessons, so much growth is going to come into you for learning about this paradox of letting go and also being in control. You have free will, and then there's also that current that sometimes it's best just to release yourself into. So the good fortune, the blessings, the abundance this month is that you will learn these lessons. By the end of this month, you will have a greater understanding inside of yourself, inside of your psyche, about these energies that flow through our life. Card number 5 is this month's lessons. And we have the King of Cups. I feel like this is deeply related to what we were just talking about going with that current. There will be times where the emotions, and I see the water here behind her, so the emotions are going to be there. They're going to be behind you like the devil on your shoulder, and you're going to want them to go away. So the King of Cups energy and your lesson for this month is bringing in those feelings of being centered and being grounded when it comes to feeling your emotions and experiencing your emotions. This month will be emotional for you at various times when you feel challenged by this new role that you've stepped into. There will be ups and downs. And the lesson here is that you can still be a king sitting on his throne, strong, dignified. You can still be those things and you can still experience that emotional world. So remember to bring balance this month to your emotional and your logical self. Remember to honor both parts, because this role that you're being called to play, it's a more masculine energy. I think for a lot of you it'll be some sort of leadership position. So you're going to be deeply immersed in this outward energy. A big lesson is to remember that you can still have that while having that inward focus at the same time. We need both, inward and outer, masculine and feminine, emotional, logical. So for you, make sure to check in with yourself every couple of days. Have I honored that softer, more inner side of myself? And know that you can have both, because we have the Empress, which is a powerful woman, and the King of Cups, who is a sentimental man. So we have such great balance here. And this is what you're moving towards. So your big lesson this month is that you can have both. This concludes your Tarotscope reading for March 2016. As always, it was an honor and a pleasure. If you're interested in a personalized reading, please check out my Etsy. You can find the link in the description below. Have a beautiful March.